and welcome to another random talk. Today I'm going to talk about something that a friend and I saw and that we still can't explain. It was autumn in 2008, I think. It might have been 2007, but I'm not sure. We were at my friend's house and we were gonna have a movie night. Her mom usually worked late and they lived in a house in the countryside. Um, so like no disturbing neighbors or whatever. Um, and since it was autumn, it was dark outside in the evening, and uh, the perfect setting for having a movie night. Halfway through the movie, though, her whole backyard suddenly light up with a bright blue light. It was really beautiful, but um, it had some traces of white in it at the same time, but it was really blue. We paused the movie and stood up, taking a few steps, like towards the back door, like and glancing towards the kitchen to see the front, and there was no lights in the front, so it was just in the back. We looked at each other to like confirm that the other person saw it too, that like neither of us were crazy or something. And in total silence, we were just standing there looking at the backyard for it must have been 1 or 2 minutes. It felt like forever, but yeah, the light was beautiful, but really terrifying at the same time. And the most terrifying part was probably the fact that it was completely silent. Like we were barely breathing and everything was silent. Um, and suddenly the light just disappeared, and we both looked at each other and we just stood there silent, looking at each other for a while until my friend broke the silence and asking me if I had uh, seen that. And shakingly, I confirmed that I had seen it too. We both freaked out. We went around the house, like the both floors, just turning on every light in the house and checking all the doors, making sure that we had locked them before. And then we sat down in the kitchen and like started to speculate what it was. Was it a helicopter or some weird airplane training thing or some really freaky polar lights? Um, the thing is, if it would have been a helicopter or some airplane, we would have heard it. It wouldn't have been silent because, well, you hear a helicopter, you hear an airplane, you hear the noise they make, and if it was polar lights, well, first of all, it wouldn't have been that bright, and it's certainly not focused in the backyard. Um, and yeah, um, we 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 couldn't find any logical explanation to the lights at all. Her mom finally came home, um, and she was mad that we hadn't gone out to feed the horses, but we had refused to leave the kitchen at all after we had gone our checking all the lights and stuff and the doors. Um, So we told her mom what happened, and like she had no explanations either. She tried to find some logical explanation or speculated that maybe we had seen some scary movie and was just scared and hyping each other, making it feel or look more intense than it was. But at the same time, she knew that we we didn't we don't freak out in that manner for a scary movie, and we had actually just rewatched a movie that we usually start off the movie night with, that we eat dinner to the movie, and it's the same movie every time until we go to the next movie. Um, and so I ended up spending the night there because I didn't want to go to the late bus and go back to the city where I live. And the next day, we looked through the news and we were trying to find an explanation, but to this day, we have no idea what the light was. And I rarely speak of it since the thought of the terrifying but beautiful light still gives me chills, and mainly because talking about it sound it sounds insane, and it sounds like some crazy UFO extraterrestrial uh, bullshit story or whatever. I just hope that one day there will be an explanation to what happened, and a logical one, that is. Um, Thank you for your time and have a good day.